Welcome everybody to Go for the Pen with Mikey Q and King V, episode number 2. Yo, what's going on, V?
You know, I'm quarantined live from Sasha Banks' Legit Boss Rings, and okay. I'm tired of it. Yeah. However, space. I'm glad that I'm home, I guess.
Right.
Because people don't listen. And I just want to say a huge shout out to everybody that's been on the front lines, medical workers, first responders. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Definitely. Yeah. Thank you. And thank you to everybody that watched the first episode of Go for the Pen last week. We really appreciate it. Jeff Meacham, thank you, sir. Thank you for having us on your network. And we hope we continue to make you proud. Thank you, Jeff. So, we do have a new show for you guys this week. We'll be reviewing everything in wrestling. But before we do that, King V has an announcement for you guys. Me. Yeah, that's you. You know, you have an announcement or something that you want to tell everybody, right?
Yes, I do. So we decided on adding something to the show here. Since this is a review show, I think it's best that we rate it. Also, I mean, that would make the most sense whenever you know, I wouldn't say go to the restaurant because y'all shouldn't be at restaurants, social distancing. Right. So when you order from your favorite restaurant, like from Uber Eats and stuff like that, they ask you to, rate it. Mm-hmm. So we decided that we was going to add ratings to the show. So we do want to also get you guys involved. As follows. So there's 5 different tiers of how we're going to rate the show. So since this is called Go for the Pen, I decided to be a little creative and a little corny and have the, let's say, rating system go like this. So if the show was completely flaw-free, amazing, which I rarely see coming, but if the show itself free, then it's gonna go as the 3 count, which is the highest form. 3 count or ring the bell, meaning that the show was floor free, was great, nothing wrong with it, blase blase.
Right.
Now, it was really, really good, but there's a little bit of a flaw.
Wait, say that one more time.
That you can really pass over.
It kind of broke up there. Say it one more time.
Oh, it kind of. Okay, so the next tier is basically the near fall. So if the show was really, really good, but if there was a little bit of a problem, we're going to call it, we're going to give it the rating of a near fall, meaning that you had me until you did it.
That 1, 2,
so,
and then you stop.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. So if the show is, we give it a 2 count.
Okay.
If the show was bad, but you sat through it, it's a 1 count.
Which is probably going to be a lot of the shows. I'm not even going to lie, but we try not to be so negative. I hear a lot of negative reviews. We'll try to be fair.
We're going to be fair, but we're also be fair. And then if you just looked at the show and you was like, oh, no, girl, this ain't it, you tapped out. You completely
get it
off. That's it. Cut it off. We're done. So basically,
Bianca did that time against Shayna Baszler, or are we not going to talk about that?
Wow, you didn't have to do that. Anyway, so basically the tiers of the show is going to be ring the bell, a 3 count, which is the best, then near fall, and then a 2 count being and then 1 count, and then if the show is completely abysmal, you tapped out. So that's the new ratings of the show that you're going to hear on the show weekly. And if you guys want to get involved, after every show, you can tweet myself or Mikey. I was almost called you King B. That's not you. That's me.
Yeah, that's you.
You can just go ahead and tweet us and say, hey, I watched Raw, for example, I give it a 2 count.
Okay. Yeah.
Something like that. And you may see it on the shop.
Yeah.
So, we do want guys to get involved, and we just wanted to add just a little bit of the element of go for the pin on the show.
Right.
So, that's the new rating scale. There we go. I couldn't find a word for it.
I like it. Go for the pin rating scale there. There you go. So, and let us know in the comments. I know everybody's watching right now. We appreciate that. Let us know in the comments, and we'll start this week. We'll see how it goes. So and we're gonna start here with Raw. All right, so Monday Night Raw. It opened up with the VIP lounge with MVP, which I thought was cool. Okay, I think that's a good way to use MVP. Have him do the VIP lounge to bring out the Money in the Bank competitors. I know MVP is trying to wind down his career, according to him. So it's good. I don't mind MVP being on my television.
Yeah.
After all of the Money in the Bank, the men's Money in the Bank people came out, Apollo, Mysterio, Alistair. I believe Zelina Vega's crew came out as well, and then they beat, they meaning Apollo, Mysterio, and Alistair Black, beat Theory, Garza, and Andrade, with Apollo getting the win over Andrade, which would set up for later on in that evening. What'd you think of the match?
Mm-hmm. It was a solid match. I wasn't expecting Apollo to be the one to get the pinfall,
right?
Because I'm so used to Apollo either not being on the card or losing,
right? Yeah.
So that was big to me. It was a solid match. I liked the result.
Okay.
But I will get into later in the night because I have questions and feelings.
Okay. So as we continue, it was a triple threat match between it was supposed to be a triple threat match between Nia, Asuka, and Shayna Baszler, but the match got thrown out. Why even book this? Why did this happen? And to be honest, you made both Shayna and Asuka look like jokes, right? Like she just...
I mean, one out of the two. Never mind.
You saw how I froze to just let you... Like, I mean, all right. Let's not do that. They're both in... all three of them are in the Money in the Bank match. We had a little Money in the Bank action, right? And Nia destroys them with a ladder, and the match is just thrown out. Okay. I'm just not feeling it. I don't know. I'm not feeling it.
I just don't. I don't like any of it. I mean, if you really on paper,
yeah,
it's a pay-per-view-esque match.
Yeah.
If you really want to break it down, in spite of how most people feel about Nia Jax, the three of them in that match, that's a pay-per-view-esque match, unless you're saving it for a random pay-per-view later down the line. But it was no reason as to why that match happened. It was a waste of my time. Mm-hmm. It was a waste of your time. This is a waste of the people's time. I just didn't like it. I guess this was to make Nia look strong because she's not winning. But we'll save that for our predictions video.
Yeah, we will.
I have feelings, but I didn't like it at all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it made Nia look strong, but it just it made everybody else look weak. And I mean, I get it. In order to make somebody look strong, a lot of times somebody has to, be the sacrificial lamb, I guess you could say. But it's like, why? Like why even? You want all of them. Theoretically, you want everybody to look strong going into Money in the Bank, right? So.
I mean, I think in this case this was the best case scenario because Shayna's not tapping, nor is she getting pinned. Asuka's not tapping, nor is she getting pinned. And this rate, Nia's not tapping. I'm just saying for this particular caliber of a match with the three people that's in it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying storyline wise, Nia's not tapping and she's not getting pinned. So I think this was the best case scenario. But my whole thing is, why have the match?
Yeah. All right, let's keep it moving. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying I'm just tired of the DQ finishes and stuff like that.
Me too. But
moving on. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Okay, we had a backstage promo with Andrade, Zelina, and Apollo. Apollo was talking to. Was he talking to Charlie? Hi, Charlie. So they make this match, right? And maybe I should let V talk about it since he's so he has thoughts and feelings. So go ahead.
Slap. I just want to talk about
the slap.
Now, this is the first time in a long time that I've seen Uha Nation. Apollo Crews.
Uha Nation.
Apollo Crews show something besides smiling guy number one. Yeah. I liked this from him. And he slapped the hell out of me.
Yeah.
I just like the slap. Honestly, I didn't really care for the segment, but I really liked the slap.
Yeah, I thought it was great. The match was good, but Andrade retains, and now Apollo is injured and out of Money in the Bank.
Okay, so I have a question about that. It was because I had to watch it back twice. I had to watch it twice, once live and the second the rerun or DVR.
Yeah.
Is Apollo legitimately injured?
To my knowledge, no. To my knowledge, it's a storyline.
Okay, because I really thought I saw the ref do this. I thought I did, but I wasn't sure.
Right.
But I thought he was like legit injured. I don't know what they're gonna do next unless he wins the U.S. Championship sometime down the line. I hate he had to be taken out of the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Yeah.
But I thought he was legit injured, so I was trying to figure that out. Was he legit injured?
I don't think so. I mean, it's possible, but to my knowledge, no, he's not legitimately injured. I didn't hear anything about him being legitimately injured, but could be. I don't know.
Okay.
But
that's it.
I mean, so it kind of sucks because Apollo was that guy that I thought was finally gonna get a push now that there's no crowd, right? They want to push new people, new talent. I thought Apollo was doing good, and he's a talented guy. He's really talented. So 240 pounds, 245 pounds, can move around like a cruiserweight. I mean, good in the ring. I think he's great. He just can't talk. And that's always been Apollo's problem. He just can't he can't cut a promo. I mean, but other than that, I think Apollo's great. Kind of sucks for him, but it is what it is, We'll see what happens with this, and if he somehow costs Andrade, the U.S. title or something. I don't know. Maybe they'll do something with this, but we'll see.
Hopefully.
So surprisingly, Liv gets another win. Liv Morgan gets another win over Ruby Riott. I was a little surprised by it in a good way.
I also was surprised by it. I kind of sort of am glad that they're not doing this 50-50 booking. Right. I think. Right. I don't know how to feel about it because I really like Ruby Riott.
She's one of those talents for me. Yeah.
Yikes. I really like Ruby Riott, and King V likes Ruby Riott. But I do like that she's getting a bit of a push. Yeah. And I also like the name of her new finisher. I'm glad it finally got a name, and a good one at that.
What's the name of it? I did not write that
Oblivion.
down. What is it?
Oblivion.
Oblivion is the name of Liv Morgan's new finisher.
I like that she stays consistent when using her her name.
Yeah.
And things. I like it. I'm not saying it's unique because people have done it before, but the way she does it is unique.
Yeah.
And I really like this move. I really, really like that move.
Springboard flatliner. Modified version of it. Yeah, it's cool. I like it. All right, that's really all I had to say about the Liv Morgan match. I thought it was, it's okay, but I'm just more happy that Liv's finally getting a push. So not much more happened here. We have Drew and Seth Rollins in a contract signing. I like the promo. I'm just tired of contract signings. I mean, if they never
it was a typical contract signing.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose the heels are gonna get the upper hand on Drew on this upcoming Raw to go into the pay-per-view. Since they got the upper hand after the contract signing was up or whatever, was over. Murphy came back and helped Seth Rollins, but to no avail, right? Drew Claymored Murphy into next Monday. So
he's there already.
Yeah.
He's at the
he's waiting
already.
Yeah.
He's working out.
Yeah, so I thought that was cool, but it is what it is. And I still like Drew. Like that's not gonna change. I like Drew. I think he's a great champion. And yeah. So that was pretty much Raw. The ratings were down. They were down to 1.817 from 1.842. Now, ratings are down across the board in wrestling, but Raw getting 1.8 million a week is like, wow, man. This is a company and a show specifically that was getting 5 million people just, like a couple of years back. At least 4 million. It was averaging like 3 to 4 million. Like, this is any other company, right, or any other business or television show would have been canceled a long time ago. If they went from having even 3 million viewers to 1 million viewers, they would have been canceled. But I mean, I'm happy they're not, because I care about the superstars and I care about all of the staff and everything, and I want them to be able to make money, and I appreciate them entertaining us. But facts are facts. Like, if any other show was doing these type of numbers, they'd be canceled.
They'll be done.
Yeah.
Period. Wait, sentence.
You know who else is done? Cain Velasquez. Do you care?
No.
On that note, we got to take a break for our advertisers. We'll be right back on Go for the Pin. And we're back, and make sure y'all support all of our advertisers. We appreciate y'all. Shout out to NoDQ.com and everybody that's part of that staff. We appreciate you guys. All right, so let's keep it moving here. We have All Elite Wrestling. Went down on Wednesday. Dynamite. Oh.
Wait a minute. We didn't rate the show, sir.
Oh, we didn't rate the show. See? I'm glad King V was able to keep me on track. Yes, let's go back for a second. Rewind. What did you think about Raw? What would you rate that?
I give it I kicked out at 2.
You kicked out at 2.
Did.
Okay.
I did.
All right.
It was alright. It was. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible either. It was like 2 count. That's it.
Man. Okay. It wasn't abysmal. I guess the 1 count graphic popped up by accident. I think that's what they really want me to say. But because I have graphics for the show as well. I'll give it a 2 count. I'll give it a 2 count.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like 1, 2, but it was a quick 2 count. It was like 1, 2, kick. Okay. Like not even yeah, almost a 1 count. But the referee's hand came down for 2. So. All right, yeah.
He did.
And let us know what you guys thought of the show. Was it 1, 2? Yeah. Did you love the show? Was it a 3? Ring the bell. Did you completely just tap out? Was just like, nah, I can't take this anymore.
Not today.
Did you Bianca it? All right, we're not gonna go back there. Anyway, so let's keep it moving here. It's AEW Dynamite. I can't even look at the screen because I know how King V's looking at me right now. It's AEW Dynamite on Wednesday. The show opened with Darby Allin losing to Cody in the TNT Championship match. What'd you think of this match?
So that match was really good.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
I really thought it was good. The ending. I was confused at first. And then I saw what happened again. I was like, okay, I see what happened.
I'm glad you brought up the finish, because I wrote down strange finish. So it was a little weird, right?
It was.
Darby hits the coffin drop, right? Cody, he slides off of Cody after the coffin drop, and Cody gets a 3. But if you look at it, it was like his shoulder was still kind of up. So I don't know. It was a little weird to me. I don't know what they was going for there, but it didn't work for me. That finish didn't work for me. I'm sorry. It looked too indecisive.
I think what it was supposed to happen is like after he hit the coffin drop,
yeah,
that he was gonna grab him and like crucifix a little bit. That's what it seemed like they were going for. I mean, the finish aside, I really liked the match.
Yeah, me too.
But the finish was confusing. I agree, it was confusing.
Very confusing. I mean, it wasn't like WrestleMania 2000 level confusing with the hardcore match finish. It wasn't that confusing, but it was. And
we didn't have to do that.
I'm sorry. Those of you that got the reference get it. But anyway, yeah, it just, I don't know. That finish was just, you know. Hey Taz, how you doing, buddy? Crash Holly, you know, and Hard Holly. All right. Anyway, so let's keep it moving here. Back on topic. The Bubbly Bunch segment from this week, hilarious. I don't know if you saw it. It was hilarious.
It was.
That was the best one.
I like.
Vicky Guerrero was in it. She was funny as always. I mean, it was funny. I mean, they had Ted Irvine, you know, Chris Jericho's father in there, Kevin Smith, and just a whole bunch of people. Jungle Boy. It was really funny. It was really, really funny. So we had the Best Friends versus Jimmy Havoc and Kip Sabian in a no DQ match. I'll start with this. I thought the match was pay-per-view quality. I thought it was the best you could do with no crowd. They really went out there and they gave it their all. I mean, some sick bumps. You know, crazy chair spots and everything. I thought it was great. What'd you think of the no DQ match?
I agree. It's fun. Yeah, it's one of the few rare times that we agree.
Yeah,
but I agree. It was really good matches. I don't have anything bad to say about it, to be honest.
So the Best Friends picked up the win. Actually, big win for the Best Friends there. You know, and they did the Orange Cassidy thumbs up. I don't know if the camera can see it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I thought it was great. Let's see what else. Did you see the Britt Baker segment from her dentist's office?
I did.
Okay. I advise you to check it out because it was really good. It was funny. I thought Britt's been doing some great work on AEW.
I forgot she was like a legitimate dentist.
Yeah,
I really did forget she was a legitimate dentist.
How could you forget? They remind us every 5 minutes on AEW.
Like, well, you know, that's like being reminded that Paul Bearer, God rest his soul, was a literal
Paul Bearer. Yeah.
Like he literally had his own funeral home.
Yeah,
so.
he did. Yeah.
So
But yeah, I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it was. I liked it.
Shout out to Tony Schiavone for being such a good sport. Tony Schiavone was kind of like the butt of the joke, like always on Britt Baker's segments. I'm guessing they're really cool with each other. And Tony, you know, Tony for being a good sport. I mean, you know, shout out to Tony. We had a squash match, enhancement talent match with Sean Spears. He faced this guy. I believe his name was Baron Black. I believe is this guy's gimmick name. I believe. Not much to say about it. Sean Spears wins, although I will say this. They did a really sloppy headlock takeover spot, and it looked bad. I was just like, okay, this guy should not be on my television.
I give that a 4 out of 10.
Bret Hart?
So,
yeah.
No, but I wasn't a fan of the match. It's just I like Sean Spears.
You do?
I do.
Or do you like his girlfriend?
I mean, she is iconic, but and be correct, wife. But
oh, that's his wife. Excuse me, my fault.
Yeah, they're married.
Oh,
they're
definitely
married.
Congratulations to them.
Yeah, but
when did that happen?
A long time ago.
Yeah,
but
missed that one.
You did. I like Sean Spears. I was trying not to call him his other name, but.
Yeah.
But the match didn't give me what I wanted nor what I needed. So
okay, that's there you go.
And then using the sharpshooter, sir.
Yeah. like another great Canadian, like Chris Jericho said on commentary.
Okay, so as someone who stands for Bret Hart, Bret the Hitman,
yeah,
nobody's gonna do the sharpshooter as well as he did. Not even Italian. Sorry.
Right.
But this is. I get it, you're Canadian, but
I don't know why that was so funny, but
I'm tired of certain moves being repeated.
Yeah, well,
and I'll just leave it there.
Okay. All right, let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
Let's keep it moving here. Marco Stunt versus Mr. Brody Lee. Excuse me. I'm sorry, Brody. Mr. Brody Lee. In a glorified squash match, but Marco Stunt showed heart. You know, he lost, obviously, but he showed heart. Anything to say about it? No, not really. Okay.
Didn't care.
We'll move on.
Sorry.
Moxley will be back. John Moxley, our AEW champion, will be back next week, and they will be live next week, and we'll talk a little bit about that after we finish our AEW topic here. But yeah, John Moxley's coming back, and he told everybody to, if they're still here, to don't forget to call your grandmother during this time period. So thank you, Mox. The main event, we had Dustin Rhodes versus Lance Archer in the main event match for the TNT Championship advancement, I guess, to see who's going to advance. What'd you think of it?
Okay, so I think we spoke upon this last week.
Yeah.
How I really wanted this to be a brother versus brother match. Clearly, I'm not getting that.
And I disagreed with you and said it would be this, but, you know, I digress.
Yeah, this is a match. Relax. Calm down. Right. But the match was good.
Yeah.
If I can't stop, I need to not call him Goldust. If Dustin doesn't know how to do anything else besides wrestle, he knows how to make someone look good.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not saying this like Lance Archer isn't good. Let me go ahead and clarify that, because Lance Archer is really good.
Yeah.
The finish I wasn't expecting, because I was hoping for that brother versus brother match.
Right.
I really wanted. But it was a really good match. I have nothing bad to say about it.
Yeah, I thought it was good. We got some color from Dustin there. Not like the last time we saw Dustin bleeding at what was that? I can't remember the pay-per-view. I believe it was Double or Nothing last year, if I remember correctly. Versus Cody. But still, it added to the match, and I'm gonna go on record here and say that I think blood in a match is good when it's done correctly and when it's done for a purpose. I was never a fan of guys like bleeding all over the place, or even when like guys like Triple H was bleeding every pay-per-view or something like that. I'm glad they got away from that. But I will say this, right? As long as that person is healthy and they've passed all their tests and everything like that, I think blood does add to a match of importance. I think it does.
Okay. I agree to a degree.
Okay.
There's a lot of health risks there.
There is, yeah.
Different forms of hepatitis.
Yeah.
Other diseases that you can die from.
Yeah.
Well, can you? Yes, you can. Well, it's just like hepatitis, HIV, stuff like that. It's a lot of stuff that you have to check for before you do a match. Like, if you're going to do a match with blood.
Right.
I agree. It does put some importance in it, unless somebody just accidentally bleeds. Because
that happens. Yeah.
But if they do it like a blade job, at least have the match be rough and important.
Yeah.
Just like a random match on Raw, you should not be bleeding.
Right.
Unless you accidentally get hit and bleed. It happens.
Yeah.
But a regular Raw superstars, do they even have superstars? Main event match.
Yeah. Superstars might still be around. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah.
But
who cares?
Regular matches that have no importance, you shouldn't be bleeding unless it's an accident.
Right. I agree. I completely agree with that. But for this, it did have importance. It was to see who was going for the TNT Championship, the brand new championship that they have here. So it was important. no problem with Dustin bleeding on the show. So, we will be right back. Excuse me. And we're gonna continue the show. We're gonna talk about NXT. We're gonna talk about Florida's new law that they just opened. Well, that they just stated yesterday. We'll talk more about that, and we'll be back on Go for the Pin.
Mm-hmm.
And we are back on Go for the Pin. Before we move on to NXT, we got to rate AEW. What'd you think about AEW this week?
So, I was going to give it an air fall.
Okay.
However, common space, it was the squash matches that I wasn't a fan of.
Okay.
And if it was just one squash match, I probably would have gave it an air fall.
Right.
But the other squash match with Shawn Spears kind of lowered it down. So I'm going to give AEW a 2 count also. Okay.
2 count from King V there. Okay, I'll agree with you on the squash matches. I think, but here's the thing, right? I'm going to give them a pass because I know that they had to record 4 episodes of TV in like 24 hours. And they did this like a month ago before the new state law that came out yesterday, or a law that they're trying to. I guess they passed it, right? Because they said businesses are gonna start opening up, and that sporting events will be allowed to start having people at their shows as long as they social distance. I got this news from NoDQ.com. Everybody, there's your plug, Aaron. So, yeah, I have mixed feelings about that. Before we get to that, though, I'm going to say, because I'm giving them a pass and because I feel like the matches that we were supposed to care about, we care about, I'm going to give it an air fall. Okay, it wasn't like a 3 count, ring the bell, show's great, I thought it was good.
Fair.
I didn't think it was awesome. Okay, I think next week is going to be really good because it's going to be live and, they're going to get some of their talent back. But, yeah, I thought it was an earful, Now, just back to this Florida state law, and I think Oklahoma as well, starting, I believe, yesterday, they're going to start opening restaurants and everything like that. So, how do you feel about these states now starting to open up, first of all? And secondly, how does it affect wrestling?
I think it's a terrible idea.
Okay.
It's just like good. Now, if we could rate this, I tapped out. Oh, this is terrible. It's a terrible idea.
Tapped out?
Only
there it is on the screen. I tapped out. Yeah.
Only because I'm trying to find a good way to say this, an effective way to say this. It's not a good idea because when it comes to the actual virus itself, new things are coming out.
Right.
And you don't have to be physically sick in order to actually have it. Yep. So there could be people walking around words. I know them. Asymptomatic.
Yeah.
Hey. Former English student. You could be asymptomatic and have it. So I just don't. I don't think it's a good idea. Even when you limit the amount of people in there, you're taking a big risk. Now, there's reasons as to why they're still open up the state, which I won't get into.
Right.
We'll get that on. Now, follow me on Twitter if you want commentary.
Okay.
But I don't think it's a good idea. And when it comes to wrestling, it's to me it's all bad. Because not only can you have it and be asymptomatic, we're finding out that it's airborne. Mm-hmm. So if somebody that has it and that may be asymptomatic and they may cough or sneeze, and not everybody.
Yeah.
It can stay in the air. So let's say if it's a group of us, let's say our group of friends.
Yeah.
I have it. Knock on wood. I have it. Y'all don't. I'm asymptomatic. I randomly sneeze because of pollen, allergies, whatever.
Yeah.
So if I sneeze and, it's a quick one, because, sometimes sneezes come out out of nowhere.
Of course.
So if you use the thigh shoe and you can't catch it, that means the sneeze particles can get to you and everybody else in the area, and it could stay there for a couple of hours, if I'm not mistaken, 3. Yeah. So it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
But when it comes to wrestling, I get it. People want to see wrestling, I think.
And they couldn't tell by the ratings, but
I couldn't tell by the ratings, but people, want to be outside. I get it. I want to be outside too, but I'm not risking my health or anybody else's. It's just not a good idea. Like, if I was to go to a wrestling event and then go see my significant other afterwards, and my significant other is high risk, I'm not getting basic. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's not smart. It's just not a good idea.
No, I agree. I think it's too early. I think we should wait. I think it's already high risk enough that wrestling is still, carrying on. But I'm not going to sit here and complain because I'm a wrestling fan. I'm thankful that they are, but I would understand if they chose not to do that. But anyway, I just think it's a bad idea to start opening too early, because as early as next week, it's alleged that AEW and NXT or Raw, SmackDown, I guess all of them, but I think all of those shows are taped already except AEW. I think AEW is live next week. They could start having fans in the building as long as they're social distancing and, following state regulations. But I don't think they should. I think it's a bad idea. But, we'll see what happens with that. Let's get into NXT real quick. So we have Isaiah Swerve Scott beat Phantasma for, to advance, I guess. Well, it's not really one of those type of tournaments, right? It's just...
He went up. I went up.
Yeah, okay. Well, we can say that. So, and then Phantasma fought off the Dark Order. Oh, excuse me, wrong show. He fought off 2 masked guys that was trying to attack him and kidnap him. You think it's the same guys that kidnapped Samoa Joe a few years ago in TNA, or did you miss that? Anyway, let's keep it moving. Let's just keep it moving.
TNA, I don't know her.
Yeah, okay. Let's just keep it moving. We had a heel Candice LeRae beat Casey. I cannot pronounce the last name for the life of me. I am so sorry. I cannot pronounce Casey's last name. What? How is it? What is it?
Catanzaro?
Something like that. Yeah, the first one.
Casey girl, you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, her. And then attacks her after the match. What'd you think of this?
So, new music for Candice.
Yeah. Do you like it?
Yes. It's like evil Disney. So it's
yeah.
I like heel Candice. I really like heel Candice. The match I like the match. I don't have a problem with the match. I tried to figure out that new finisher of hers, the Wicked Sister.
Yeah.
In which, you get it. You want to be a Disney Princess girl. But, I never really liked that curb stomp-esque move, really.
Really?
Because it can go, not the curb stomp, but you know what I'm trying to.
Yeah.
The move that she used, because it could go wrong. But I'm not, Candice can wrestle. But I'm just saying, it can go wrong.
Yeah.
Even no matter how much experience you have, it can go wrong. But she attacks Casey after the match. Mm-hmm. That's cute that she uses the Gargano escape.
Yeah.
We get in, you're married, but the match itself was okay match. I didn't hate it.
Yeah, I thought it was good. Not too much to say about it. I like Candice's heel run so far. So far, so good, right? So let's keep it moving. The Newly Bros, the segment that involved Timothy Thatcher and Matt Riddle, bro.
So I want to know how many blunts did Matt Riddle smoke before doing this. I just want to know how many J's did he roll up. I want to know if he had an edible.
Probably
wax. I want to know how much and who's his dealer, because need. But
King B's opinions and King B's opinions only. Hi, Jeff. Yeah, please continue.
It was a joke.
Yeah. Woo. Yikes.
Anyway, but it was Matt Riddle is funny. He is entertaining. Mm-hmm. The Newly Bros. ... But I didn't have a problem with it either.
Okay. All right. I thought it was funny. I thought it could have ended a minute sooner. Okay, Byron Saxton is just cringy, but I think he's supposed to be.
Is he supposed to be?
I think so. I think that's what they were going for with Byron. I think Byron's supposed to be just awkward. So, and hey, thumbs up. They succeeded in that one. Not an Orange Cassidy thumbs up. Yeah, I thought it was okay. I laughed at times. I'm glad that Imperium came out there and ended it. Okay. Yeah. That's really all I have to say about that one.
Yep.
Charlotte versus Mia Yim. Go ahead, V.
I love how you just throw it to me.
Because you know what I'm going to say about Mia, but go ahead. Although, I like the match. I like the match, but I'll let you go ahead.
You leave the Blazing Daddy alone.
Alright. I ain't going to say nothing. I ain't going to
story. Anyway, so, the match itself, it was a good match. Yeah. It was. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I'm tired of Charlotte. And, yeah, it's nothing besides, like, it's a typical Charlotte match. Charlotte wins. Like, sorry.
All right, I'll say this. Mia showed some fire in the match, and I think, see, this is what Charlotte, and people can be mad or hate Charlotte or whatever, but this is what Charlotte does, like, best. She's able to fire up her opponents. She really did, like, you can even see it in the ring, like, come on, Mia, like you know, trying to fire her up. I mean, Charlotte is great at that, and I think that's one of the things that Mia, for me, I for a long time I struggled with trying to figure out why don't I like Mia Yim, like why I'm just not, you know, there with her. I think it's because I'm just not interested in her. She does nothing to interest me. It's like, okay, I'm not okay. You can wrestle, so what? You know, it's like I'm like, it's just nothing there. When she shows that fire and she fires up and she shows some personality, I'm very impressed by Mia. I thought the match was good, you know, and she showed me a lot. So I don't have any problems with that match. I liked it, you know, so good for them. I like Io Shirai confronting Charlotte after the match, and we got a title match coming up next week. So that, I think that means that Io's going to lose. And Probably.
More Charlotte, yay.
Dexter Lumis had a match.
Girl.
You don't care?
Okay. The match was good.
Yeah.
I'm not
it was alright.
here and completely trash it. The match was good. The match itself was good.
Yeah.
I just did not care. Because I'm just trying to understand, what is this? What is the, I don't want to say big deal, but what is essentially the big deal about Dexter Lumis? I don't get it. He's very talented.
Yeah,
I just don't get it character-wise. Like, are you supposed to be stoic? Are you supposed to be like a serial killer? Because you giving me those vibes.
Kind of, yeah.
I don't understand what he's supposed to be giving me. But he's very talented in the ring. I just don't know what you're giving me character-wise.
Great spine buster, too. I mean, great spine buster. Shane Thorne's a great worker as well. But
yes, he is.
Yeah, great spine buster on Shane Thorne. And then he hit that finish that Jake Hager and AEW is using as well. It's a legitimate hold. I'm sorry, I don't know the name that Dexter is calling it or whatever. But yeah.
Isn't it like the Katagata Tame, I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. I'm so sorry, but I think that's what it's called, Nakata Gatame. I think.
Okay.
Somebody who is well versed
In
in
MMA or something. Just
whatever fighting style that may be. Please correct me, but as far as I know, it's Nakata Gatame.
All right. Well, we'll see if you're right in the comments there. So, and in the chat. So, in the main event, we had Keith Lee versus Damian Priest, for the North American Championship. Thought it was a good match.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, Keith Lee is a fantastic worker, and Damian Priest, I didn't see it, but I'm starting to.
I was a fan of Damian Priest when he was in Ring of Honor as Punishment Martinez. I thought he was good there.
That's who that was?
Punishment Martinez, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep.
I did not know that was the same person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I thought he was good then. He's only gotten better. He's showing personality. I think Damian Priest is legitimate. I really like Damian Priest. Keith Lee, that's my guy, you know. So I'm glad Keith Lee retained.
That was okay.
Yep. So good match. Can't complain. Next.
It was. It's great.
So what did you think about NXT?
I give it a near fall.
Near fall? All right, near fall from Keith V. What would have made it a 3 count for you?
I'm trying to find a way to say it.
Okay.
Because like everything was good. It was just that it was probably the Newly Bros segment.
Okay.
That didn't make it a near fall for me. It was like a near perfect a near perfect show. It was like the Newly Bros. I was like, okay. And then I was like, okay, all right. So it was mostly the Newly Bros show. The matches were good. It was just the Newly Bros segment.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a near fall as well.
Okay.
I thought it was good, but it's like if you all right, I would say go check out the Keith Lee Damian Priest match if you missed it. That's one of the matches I would say
that was the best match of the night.
Yeah, I mean, and rightfully so, it was the main event, you know. So I would say go check that out. But everything else, I mean, you know, Charlotte Mia was good. It was good. It just wasn't. It wasn't anything special, you know. Like so.
Plus, they're also dealing with a limited roster, so I'm taking it easy actually on everything because everybody has a limited roster. So my near fault does still stand.
Okay. All right. So with that being said, we'll move on to SmackDown.
All right.
So we're actually not gonna take a break here. We're gonna continue going here for SmackDown. But first, Curtis Axel was released a couple of days ago. Any thoughts about Curtis Axel, or you just don't care?
You know what?
Son of Mr. Perfect, by the way.
Yeah, I know, and I think that's what kind of makes me mad.
Yeah.
About it, because it's like he's good, but you wouldn't ever know because he was never on, TV. Barely.
Yeah.
It was like what, the B team?
B team. Go.
Like it's like he's the son of Mr. Perfect.
Yeah.
Granted, both Bray and Bo are the son of IRS.
Yeah.
IRS.
Yep.
Like I only know who that is because Google. And
I've seen IRS in like gimmick battle royals. I think he was in the gimmick battle royal at WrestleMania 17.
Like,
so, yeah.
Curtis Axel is the son of Mr. Perfect.
Yeah.
What? Mr. Perfect.
One of the greatest wrestlers to never win the world title, I think. Well, the WWE world title. Jeff, correct me if I'm wrong on that. I think I'm right, though.
I think you're right. Yeah. But I think it was disappointing because his career could have been a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's keep it moving here. SmackDown. Daniel Bryan opened up with a promo. Thought the promo was good, and then he had a match against Baron Corbin. Daniel Bryan wins by disqualification. Any thoughts on that?
So Shinsuke and Cesaro come out to help boring ass King Corbin, and where's Sami Zayn? Oh, Sami Zayn's probably home.
Yeah. He's I guess he said that he didn't want to work. Yeah, so
no, which is understandable,
right?
And what happened to Nakamura? Both Nakamura and Cesaro are main players.
I think you said main event players. It cut off, but I'm pretty sure that's what you said, right?
Oh, Cesaro and Nakamura are main event players.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense to me as to why they're playing freaking LaToya and Latavia.
Yeah.
Where, okay, maybe not LaToya and Latavia. Farrah. The one that was in 2 videos and got kicked out. But that was a Destiny's Child reference.
Look it up if y'all don't know.
But
I left.
Okay, that was a little bit more easy. Like, they're not Marty Jannetty, and it's just like they shouldn't be treated like Marty Jannetty.
Yeah.
Make that a little easier.
Yeah.
But,
I got it. I still
but these are main event players, and I just don't understand why they're not in the mid card. At least they're both of their positions in the company bother me.
Yeah. I think for Nakamura, he's just happy that he's getting a paycheck, and at this point, he's just like, whatever.
You know? We'd be happy if I was getting a paycheck, but
you know, and Cesaro, I mean, it's not over for Cesaro. I think he still has an opportunity to be a main event level player. I just think it goes back to that whole idea that Vince needs a champion that's able to talk, and I feel like his accent, I'm sorry, that's just what it is hindering him. It's not right, but I think that's one of the things. I mean, there was this rumor about Becky a few years ago that they didn't like how she sounded on television. Well, newsflash, she wasn't born here. Like, what do you want her to do? Exactly, so what do you want her to do? It's the same thing with Cesaro. You know, so I think...
Same thing with Asuka. Same thing with Kyrie. Same thing with Andrade.
The list goes on and on.
It's a pattern here, but I'll leave that alone.
I mean, I will say this, right? Like, some people are better on the mic than others. I'd take Asuka on the microphone over Andrade being on a microphone ever. I don't think he needs to be on a microphone, and I will say that on record. But exactly, that's why she's there. Like, Andrade should not speak on a microphone. Stop. Who keeps giving... I'm going to rip my headphones off. Who keeps giving Andrade a microphone and putting a microphone in his face? Please stop giving Andrade a microphone. But that's a whole nother story. I digress. We're talking about SmackDown, not Raw. So, anyway, I had to calm down. We had a fiery Funhouse promo. What'd you think about that with Strowman?
Okay, so... I'm going to take it back to our WrestleMania predictions.
Go check that out on YouTube, yes.
On Mike's channel. The thing with Braun Strowman is that it is 3 years too late.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't like him as champion. It's because Roman's high risk. That's the only reason why he has the title.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. I didn't like it. I didn't. You know, you couldn't even do the whole Team Little Big thing. I still wasn't interested.
I like that. I thought it was.
I wasn't interested. I wasn't. Yeah. I just didn't like it.
All right. Well,
that's it.
I thought the fiery Funhouse was it was interesting. I thought it was funny. I mean, Bray's great, so I like any segment that he's doing. So we'll see. I'll save my predictions for next week when we do our prediction show. But I
can't hold it in for my predictions.
Try. So we had a Sheamus match. we had a Sheamus squash match. He just destroyed some enhancement talent. I ain't even got to get. God, oh man.
Leon Ruff. That's his
Leon
name.
Ruff.
Mm-hmm.
Really? really? It is. I remember that's what Cole said. Well, and then he made the pun. Oh, it must be a rough night for him. Yeah. Ha ha he he. All right. So.
Oh, I booed loudly.
Yeah.
Like, boo.
So it was a pin drop. That's how. But anyway,
I wanted to let them know my disgust.
Okay. Sheamus destroyed this guy, and then I guess they're setting up something with Jeff Hardy. We'll see. I don't have too much to say about that. Anything? No? Okay. All right. Carmella versus Mandy Rose for a Money in the Bank qualifying match. Sonya interrupts during the match. She comes out, starts cutting a promo on Mandy, which was really, really good. Okay. No problem with that. Mella gets the Mella kick on Mandy. Had a brain fart right there. And gets the 1-2-3 on Mandy Rose. Looks like we're getting a Mandy versus Sonya match at the pay-per-view. What'd you think of this whole segment?
I saw the distraction coming.
Yeah.
But Sonya really did cut a really good promo. I really like her. I like heel Sonya.
Yeah, me too.
She's giving me something that I wasn't expecting from her. So I want that to continue.
Yeah.
I want heel Sonya to continue even after this her and Mandy thing is done.
Yeah.
I want heel Sonya to continue because that was good. The match itself wasn't bad.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Depending on who's in it. But it's okay. So like what I said about I'm tired of certain moves being repeated.
Yeah.
Sure, Carmella, she can use a super kick, fine.
Carmella throws a really good super kick.
Does she?
Yeah. I think Carmella throws a really good super kick. Compared to some of the other super kicks I see, yeah. I think Mella throws a really good super kick.
Taminas, women-wise.
Okay.
Women-wise.
All right, that's fair.
Because nobody's meaner than me.
All right. Nobody's meaner than Tamina, right. Okay. I wonder what that Dave guy. Oh my God, I watched my whole saying there. I wonder what that
Dave guy. Sorry.
I wonder what that Dave guy has to say about this, but I
don't care.
Yeah, me either. Yeah, okay, so Mandy Rose is out of the Money in the Bank. She's gonna probably face Sonya. That was that. Mella gets a win. No problem. New Day versus Forgotten Sons. Don't really care. Forgotten Sons got a win. If anybody cares out there, they're still forgotten to me.
No.
Tamina's cutting a promo backstage. Sasha Banks and Bayley come and jump her, and then Lacey Evans comes and makes the save.
So I have to save this for the freaking predictions. All I'm gonna say is still nobody is meaner than Tamina, and that's that on that.
Okay. Okay. Are you gonna buy the hoodie?
I am. I'm gonna buy it.
Oh my
I'm
God.
going to buy it.
Please don't.
One of these shows, I'm gonna wear it.
Please don't.
And
I'm begging you.
yeah, I will do. But no, honestly, Tamina's gotten better promo wise.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Freaking rude. I had to censor myself. You were freaking rude. That is rude. No, because before it was just like a look and then making a statement. I'm like, okay, girl. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, since the quarantine, Tamina's been in her not studio, but living room, bedroom, bathroom, whatever.
Something.
With these little video vignettes that were funny. So it's just, I like it. I've always been critical of Tamina because I'll be honest, I'm really critical of second and third generation wrestlers because of who their parents are. Because I'm being critical of the Rock's daughter when she gets in the ring.
Yeah.
not everybody is bad except for Lacey Von Erich. But it's just that's
Wow.
okay. But
she was in TNA for a while, right? That's all another story. Yeah, keep going.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But Tamina, to me, to King V, because Michael decided that he was gonna have a heart attack when I said that. Tamina has gotten better on the mic to me.
Okay. I'm trying so hard. All right. Let's just move on. They have a tag team match scheduled for next week.
Yeah.
It's Tamina and Lacey Evans versus Sasha and Bayley. Yeah, we'll see what happens there. Otis beat Dolph Ziggler in the main event to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. Good match. No problem with it. I'm happy that Otis got the win.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Question.
Yeah.
Where is the other half of Heavy Machinery?
Tucker's probably home right now. I mean, you don't really have anything going for him, unfortunately. And that kind of sucks for Tucker, right? I mean, yeah. Otis is the guy that's, being pushed. And, I mean, it could all set up for something later on with Tucker and Otis. Tucker, same thing with Sonya and Mandy. Tucker's not getting that shine that Otis is getting. It could set up for later in the future. So, I don't know. But, yeah, overall, SmackDown was cool. I mean, what'd you think of the show?
2 count.
The 2 count? All right, let's get that up there right there. 2 count for King V. Yeah, let's keep that 2 count up there. I think it was a 2 count for me also. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but I think we had storyline advancement. I didn't really have a problem with it. Just nothing that
stood out.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, nothing. Yo, ring the bell. So and that was this week in wrestling. Pretty much. So before we get out of here, I do have to plug the return of Dads on Wrestling on Monday. Shout out to Jeff Meacham. Also, we have Greg Cherry. Make sure you guys support Greg Cherry. And make sure that you guys support Aftermatch Wrestling right here on the Jeff Meacham Network. So, shout out to Greg Cherry. He does wrestling trivia. And if I thought I was even half as good as he was at wrestling trivia, I would definitely do the show, but I would get demolished. I'm good, but he knows a lot of the stuff from like the late 80s, early 90s. Like, I don't remember all of that stuff. A lot of the stuff I had to go back and watch because I wasn't watching when I was a kid. So a lot of it happened when I was like, 1 or 2. So, but a lot of the current stuff, yeah, I could probably give him a run for his money, So Jeff, if you're watching this show, not Jeff, I know Jeff is watching. Greg, if you're watching this show, thanks, V. I had a little sippy in my drink. Yeah. Now I had a little sippy in my drink. Greg, if you're watching this show, maybe one day down the line, Mikey Q will go on Wrestling Trivia Challenge, and I'll challenge you for that championship. So, we'll see what happens, though. I think Greg has a new trivia coming up this weekend, so I believe, or a new stream. I know, check with Greg Cherry on that, but yeah. And that's Go for the Pin. Thank you guys for watching. You can tweet King V at KingV_the ruler.
Yes.
On all social media. Yeah. And then you can get at me on Twitter at DJ Mike EQ. And that's all the time we have for today. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys next week.
And remember, nobody's meaner than Tamina.
Just stop the show. That's what you just.